Hey out there, doggone hunt. Day 9 of this 40-day challenge. Yeah, I rewatched that video from yesterday. I left some stuff out having to do with that 12-step stuff. One of the things that see, up until now, you had to have one of them manifestations of self. That's what. Alcoholism, drug addiction, gambling, sex addict, overeater, codependent. You had to have one of them labels hung on you before you could seem to find your way into one of those rooms. And that's what I was getting at when I was saying let's all just recover together. Those of us that do suffer from those, let's just keep on saying that, those different manifestations of self. It's that selfish stuff is what it is, and we get all hung up into it and start using substances or doing other behaviors in order to basically to be able to survive. Today I know my alcoholism was actually a blessing. First off, I'm not sure I'd have survived this long if I didn't have medication like that to keep me going. If I would have had to white knuckle that all those years, I really don't know that I'd have made it. Secondly, the fact that I hit a bottom in alcoholism actually gave me these tools to use that I get to operate on today, which we say around here, my worst day today. I wouldn't trade my worst day today for my best day back then. It's just phenomenal about the different cool stuff I get to do today. I'm heading over to a yoga joint over here, clothing place, and no, I ain't gonna get them tight fitting pants. They got other yoga gear for men that's not those. But got an opportunity to, because they don't get to sell that to men a lot. I got offered a deep discount to kind of be advertisement, so I'm gonna go over and pick some of it up. So back to that 12-step stuff. So let's just say you're miserable. Say you don't have anything to drink. You know those people. Everybody knows them, man. They're wandering around. They're at your workplace or your aunt, your uncle. The people that just seem to thrive on misery, man. They cannot find a good thing to say. The world is against them. They're on the very bottom of the victim pile. They need some help. They need some tools. They need to be able to, they're a child of the Creator too. Spirit of the universe. They deserve to be here every bit as much as anybody else, but something's happened to them, and they don't think they have a chance anymore. And these tools give you a new beginning. It's similar to the born again thing in the Christian. It's a lot like that. I will continue to tell you though that it is not religious. It can be if you want it to be, but it is not necessarily religious. And I was reading the third step out of my out of the book, out of my sponsor's book, and there ain't many among us that don't flinch when that G word, that little 3-letter word, gets brought up. A God. No matter how many times Bill Wilson said in that book, a God of my understanding. Everybody still thinks it's a trap, that it's a God of somebody else's understanding. This process will fix that, and it really will give you a higher power that you can get with, regardless of what that is. Take the word God out of it. Don't think that. When I say higher power, you probably think God, don't you? It's not necessarily so. But my point on this kind of revision from yesterday's thing is, yes, we all get in the room together and recover together. I'll give you that definition of recover. It is to regain or find something that is lost or stolen. Look it up in the big dictionary. Google it. That's what it is. Regain something that is lost or stolen. Well, my very soul, maybe your very soul, your spirit, your true spirit, who you really are in there, has been potentially lost or stolen. Mine was. Many others are too. 12 Steps gives you that back. There's a lot of tools out in the world, a lot of self-help stuff. This is not a self-help thing. It will help yourself, but that's not what it is. So, I'll try to summarize. It's taking the 12 steps, advancing the language from the 30s to today, bringing the concepts that were very rough back then, that were same thing. I'll use another metaphor. If you were having a doctor who was going to operate on you, you probably will hope that he's not working out of a book from 1930. Maybe if you're getting your spiritual information, maybe you don't want to get that from a book that's written something. Not the concepts are solid, right? But man, the advances, the concepts can be advanced. Maybe you want to look at something a little newer than a book that's a couple thousand years old. So it advances those concepts to now. It advances the language, and it brings us all together where you don't have to have these isms in order to take part in the process and get what it has to offer. I'm excited as crap about it, man. I got too many people around me. I'm getting to bounce around these places. Places where people are quitting nicotine, places where people are seeking, people in recovery from alcohol, from drugs, people that are in yoga are seeking. They're seeking something. Some of them are finding it. Some of them have found it. Others have not, and they're still looking. 12 steps gives us a process, a written down process. Drop all the thoughts about that you had to be an alcoholic. Drop all that out of your thoughts, man. Just like a minute ago with the God stuff. Get rid of it. Set it aside. The book says you must be willing to let go of your old ideas. So let go of them. You have to be willing to let go of them. Doesn't mean some of them aren't still good. Set that aside. 12 steps are a set of tools. They're concrete tools and mechanisms. Boom, 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 boom. Things you follow, things you do, where you can have this thing that we call a vital spiritual experience. You can get your soul back, your spirit back. That's what gave me mine back. It's a human washing machine for the soul. Day 9 of 40 days of personal revolution. Doggone hunt. Out.